are the learning outcomes? So in the learning outcomes, at the end of the course, yeah, I have started the recording. At the end of the semester, you will be able to define the basics of computer networks. You will describe what is data, what is signal. You will be able to know what are the services at the application layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer, right? So these are the OSI models. So you will be able to tell what are the services provided by these layers, and as well as TCP/IP protocol. You will be able to recognize the transmission media, different types of transmission media. You can design a small network for an organization. You can create users for a network with different capacity, analyze the hardware requirement to set up a computer network for organization. Then you'll be able to demonstrate the working of latest network operating systems. So in the lab, for you, I think lab is 47/2/A. Here we are using a VMware tool. It is used for your lab exercise. VMware is nothing but it is a virtual machine where you can have two or more operating systems. Okay, so here on the VMware tool, you are going to install two operating systems. One is a Windows Server 2012 and Windows 7 we are taking. So experiments are emphasized to build a network using PCs, routers, and cables. So it will highlight to configure an IP address of a computer connected to the network, the types of network cable, installation of operating systems, creating and managing active directories, DNS domain name servers, and group policies, analyzing the network security and control. This is about the lab description. Now when we go to the next slide, we see what are the requirements for your PC. You must have at least Core i5 CPU with 4 GB RAM, 512 GB hard disk. Software is Windows 7, Windows Server 2012, and VMware. Okay, now the marks distribution for the activities. You will be having 10 activities, and each activity will have 1 mark for that. Right? So total it will be having here even it is not correct. Total 10 marks, 10 activities. So in the week-wise practical schedule, if you see the first week, we see the introduction to the computer network, then we see the OSI modeling and cabling, then the type of addressing, binary to decimal conversion, establish a small peer-to-peer network, how to install a Windows Server 2012, how to install Active Directories on Windows Server 2012, how to install and share a printer, that is network printer. Week 8 I'm talking. You're able to install a network printer and how to share it. Then you have installing and configuration of a remote desktop. Remote desktop means sharing your desktop with someone. Then how to create and manage the user accounts. You're creating different users on the network and managing them by the administrative properties. Then how to install and manage a network printer. Then how to create group policies, creating the groups and creating the policies for the group. How to install DHCP server, how to install a DHCP client and server too. These are two different things. Okay, DHCP client, DHCP server, and at the end you have final exam. This is now eliminated. There will not be a final exam, but you have a uh, mid exam. In the first exercise, we see the introduction to computer networks. Not a specific hardware, you require a specific software. but no need to install at your home PC. Uh, if you have already installed VMware with Windows Server 2012, okay, no problem. But if you don't have, no need to worry, because week 3, the next week, we are having lab in the university, week 3 and week 4. That time you can practice it in the university. Okay. In the first 2 weeks, 2 3 weeks, you don't require any software. It is the general concept. Now we are going to study first, then we are going to the software part. Okay. Now the introduction to computer networks. This is exercise 1. What is the main purpose of this? It is to study some basic concept of computer network. It will describe the network devices. It will explain how the devices uses in the internet network, types of networks, and internet in detail. All these things we have studied in the last class in theory. In theory class we have seen. Again we will continue here. It will be again a revision for you. So what is the outcome? You will know what is the infrastructure of an internet. You will know what are the networks helping us in the daily life. What are the network devices in detail with their application. These are all things you will come to know at the end of this. Now you come to know what are the understandings and the benefits of networking, planning the next stage of network development, the networking models, and some practice for the students we will do it here. The first thing, we will define what is a network. A network is a set of devices connected by a communication link. A node can be a computer, printer, or any other device capable of sending or receiving the data generated by other nodes on the network. It is called as also a distributed process. Next is your distributed process. This network definition you have seen in the last theory class. Okay. Now in the distributed processing, you have the network criteria, you have physical structures, you have network models. Network criteria also you have seen in your theory class. Physical structures also you have seen. When I show you will come to know. You have seen the network models. Now the interconnection of networks. It is called as inter-network. Interconnection of network means connecting two or more networks. We call it as a inter-network. In short, it is internet only, right? So what is distributed processing? Distributed processing is nothing but you have a task which is been divided among multiple users. Here users are nothing but your computers, right? Distributed means you are 5 people in a group. So I am giving tasks to each and every one. Okay, I'm distributing the task to all the 5 so that the work can be done at the earliest. So it is known as a distributed processing. So the definition for distributed processing is task is divided among multiple computers, or you can say multiple users, right? Any doubt with this? Okay, fine. Now the network criteria. A network must be able to meet certain number of criteria. The most important of these are performance, reliability, and security. This also the network criteria part also you have seen in the theory class. In the last theory class we have seen. Now what is performance? Performance is usually measured in many ways, including the transit time and the response time. So what is the transit time? It is the amount of time required for a message to travel from one device to another. And the response time is the elapsed time between an query and a response. Means how much time you take for a reply. That is your transit time. Oh, sorry, response time. Okay, the time taken for replying is your response time. I think there is some problem with the shared file. Okay, I will do one thing. Mm, Just give me a minute for this. Okay, can you hear me now? I think there is some problem with the blackboard. It was disconnected from there. We we are discussing about the network criteria. In the network criteria, performance. Yeah, performance is nothing but it is a measure of the transit time and the response time. Okay, so what is the transit time? It is the amount of time required for a message to travel from one device to another. Means from the source to the destination. And what is the response time? From the destination to the source, it is a reply. That is your response time. Next is your reliability. It is measured in terms of the frequency of failure that it takes a link to recover from a failure. So it is your reliability, how fast it can recover from a failure. That is the reliability of the network. The last criteria is security. In this, the network security issue includes protecting the data from unauthorized access in the internet. Okay, so this is the security issues. This is the third point, third criteria for it. Now we see the physical structures in which you have types of connection. In this you have types of connections. A network has two or more devices connected through the link. So a link is a communication pathway that transfers data from one device to another. Okay, so what is a point-to-point connection? A point-to-point connection is nothing but it provides a dedicated link between two devices. This we have discussed in theory part, right? So this is your point-to-point connections. What is a multi-point connection? A multi-point connection is one in which more than two specific devices shared a single link. This is also seen. These are diagrams for point-to-point and multi-point, where two devices are sharing a single link, and multi-point, you have three devices sharing a single link. You can see it can be more, not only three. It can be more number of devices which are sharing a single link. It is called as a multi-point. Now we see the physical topologies of network. You have mesh topology, star topology, bus topology, ring topology, and hybrid topology, the last one. So we will see one by one what is a mesh topology. Here every device has a dedicated, here see the definition is given clearly. Every device has a dedicated point-to-point link to every other device. This also we have seen, all this we have seen in the theory part. In the star topology, each device has a dedicated point-to-point link only to a central controller called as hub. This also you have seen, which is reducing the number of links from in the network. In the bus topology, on the other hand, it is a multi-point. The first two point-to-point, bus is multi-point connection with one long cable which is acting as a backbone and all the devices in a network. So bus topology is a multi-point connection. Remember this. The last class I asked you the question. So someone said some wrong. So bus topology is one where you are using a multi-point connection. Ring topology, it has a device which are connected again. It is using a point-to-point connection with only two devices on either side of it. Means on to the right side it has one connection, to the left side it has got one connection. Apart from that it has got nothing. So it is also using a point-to-point connection. So a signal is passed only in one direction. It is called as a ring. So from device to device until it reaches the destination. So the signals are traveling only in one direction in ring topology. The hybrid topology is nothing but it is a combination of two or more different topologies. That is the reason we are giving the name it as hybrid topology, and we have a main star topology connecting each branches of several stations in a bus topology. You can see it in the diagram. Hybrid you have seen. Based on that, I am going to give you an activity. I will upload the activity questions on this. This is the categories of topology. Now we have seen mesh, star, bus, ring. Okay. A fully connected mesh topology which has got five devices. You can see here five stations, four links. Means it is connecting to all other four devices in their network. This is your mesh topology. When we see a star topology, it is connecting the first station. You have four links, four station, and one hub. These are connected directly. This also you have seen in the theory part in the last class. Next is your bus topology, which is connecting three stations. So here by using a tab, we are in it. This is a black dark color line is your backbone link, which is connecting to different stations, right? Different station, and these stations are connected via a tab, and that is called as a drop line. Ring topology. Next is your ring topology, where you have 6 stations which are connected by using a repeaters, right? So each station is connected to the right and the left side by using a point-to-point link, right? And the data travels only in one direction. The last one is your hybrid topology, a star backbone with 3 bus networks, where you have a bus topology connected via a star hub, right? So this is your hybrid topology. In the hybrid topology, questions can be different topologies like bus, star, ring, mesh, anything it can be. So here only bus and star, but you have to focus on the question. If it is ask a ring, you have to make a ring and connect that ring to the star. Now we see the different network models we have and the categories of network. So there are certain standards needed for this. First is your LAN. LAN is nothing but your local area network. It is usually a private owned network, and the link the devices in a single office building or a campus. It is called as LAN. Then is WAN. WAN can be a wide area network which provides a long distance transmission of data, image, audio, video, information over large geographic areas. It may comprise of a country, okay, country or continent or even the whole world. So remember in the last class also I've told you LAN is for a small area. It can be a building or a campus. And WAN is for a larger area. It can be a whole country or a continent or the whole world. It is your WAN. Last is your MAN, that is a metropolitan area network, which is a size between a LAN and WAN. It is not big, not small. It is an intermediate size which is between the LAN and the WAN. Normally it covers an area, city or a town. That is only we call it as a MAN. Then you have seen the interconnection of networks, where when 2 or more networks are connected, then we call it as an internetwork, or in short, it is internet. Okay, connection of networks. When 2 or more networks are connected, they become an internetwork or an internet. So an isolated LAN which is connecting 12 devices, we are showing in a close-up. We can see 4 up here, 4 here, and 4 here. All are connected via a star topology to the hub, and it becomes a LAN. Okay, this is about your first exercise, which is similar to the chapter 1 what we have seen in the theory class. Okay, so in the theory class also we have discussed this, what are the networks, different types of networks, categories, criteria, topologies of network we have seen. So all the same things is covered in exercise 1, right? So this is the introduction to your computer networks. So next exercise will be the uh, OSI model. OSI model again, chapter 2 we are going to start today in theory. The same chapter 2 concepts will be there in the exercise 2. So that we will see it in the next class. So next class we will be having in university. So now in your batch, this section, uh, you have 17 students. Okay, so these 17 students I'm going to divide in two groups. I'm going to divide in two groups, and that batch 1, batch 2. Batch 1 will be having 9 students, batch 2 with 8 students. Okay, so week 3, batch 1 will come, only 9 students will come to the university. Week 4, batch 2 will come, that is the rest 8 students will come to the university. Okay, batch 1, batch 2, 9 students, 8 students, week 3, week 4. Okay, so the list I will display it on the blackboard. By the next week, before the start of the next, I will display the list on the blackboard and the time, everything, the lab, where you have to come, how to come. You need to follow the rules and come to the lab. Fine. So there we will see what is exercise 2. Right. I will record a lecture for exercise 2 also and put it in the blackboard. And apart from that, if you have any questions related to this, when you are coming to the lab, you can clarify all your doubts there. If you have any questions here, you can ask me here. Yes, please. If you have any questions, please ask me. No questions? Okay, fine. So please check the Blackboard announcement for your batches and the time. No need to bring your laptops to the university. Not required. No need to bring laptop. Okay. Just follow the rules what is displayed on the blackboard given by the university, how you have to come with mask and all these things. Just take that much is enough. No need for laptop or anything. Okay? You need to maintain social distance. So that is the reason we are dividing the number of students into 2 batches. First 9 will come, the next week it will be 8. Okay. So for that, please check. I will download the list from the blackboard and make the student list who is coming in batch 1 and who is coming in batch 2. Okay. So based on that, see sometimes the blackboard is having some problem, maybe because of that or internet problem you may not hear. So that is the reason what I'm planning is I may record a video and upload it again later if you want it. Okay. If I'm uploading recording a video, I will upload it sure for the same thing what we have discussed today. Okay. So please try to come in the next week to the lab. Fine. Okay, thank you. I think I will stop the recording now. You don't have any questions.